A transformation looks nothing like it was in the beginning. The beginning and end have nothing in common. And when you think about a transformation, your transformation, you can't compare the beginning to the end. As you see all these superstars coming up here on stage and telling you their story, and you see someone that's so successful, know that they had a beginning too. And you're now in that journey, and you got to be able to see your future to your transformation. When I started this business at 20 years old, obviously I look nothing like I do today. And it also, my story comes going back to Brooklyn, New York. I grew up the oldest of 12 children. We had definitely a happening household. And as the oldest, the first thing I wanted to do was leave. So at the first opportunity I got, I headed out of that house and I started to spread my wings. And I had a dream. My dream was that I wanted to be a successful fashion designer. And so I figured, where's the furthest that I can go, that I can fulfill that dream? And that was to California. So I ended up in California by myself at 20 years old, trying to make it. And I remember so clearly landing in LAX, and I had it all planned out. You know, Alvin said I'm an S type of personality. Well, I had it planned out, and I was so young and dumb that I thought my entire life was planned out and everything was going to work out perfectly. Well, I saved up a little bit of money doing odd jobs and had someone purchase a car for me that was going to be waiting at LAX with the key under the tire, and I land, and sure enough, the car is there. I get in the car, I turn it on. I had never had a car before in my life. Growing up in Brooklyn, New York, you don't need to have a car. You take the subway, you walk. That was my first car. And I get in the car, turn it on, get on the freeway. It's sunny, right? It's beautiful in LA. I'm like, I made it. This is it. This is the life. That was probably the last time I had that thought for a very long time. After that day, everything went downhill. I, never owning a car before, I didn't know you had to put oil into a used car. So within 30 days, I blew up my engine. No car. I had a little bit of savings saved up, and it was enough to last me a couple months till I found a job. Part of the planning process was I had 10 interviews lined up in the design industry. I was sure someone would hire me. None of them even called me back for a second interview. I had a place to stay for 2 months with a friend that I met in Israel whose mom lived in LA, and I had that place for 2 months. I figured, I'll be making money by then. I can get my own place. Well, now I have no car, I have no job, I have no place to live, and I ran out of savings. And so I had to make a decision. The decision was, do I still pursue my dream? Do I still go after what it is that I wanted to do? And that was the first decision I made that was powerful in directing that transformation in my life. Because I made a decision to say, you know what, no, I am going to go after it. I came here for a purpose, and I need to make it happen somehow, some way. So what I decided to do, I said, you know what, any company that gives me an interview, regardless of the industry,